Newly released FBI documents show a senior State Department official proposed a quid pro quo in order to get the FBI to strip the classification on an email from Hillary Clinton's private server. Fox News Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Harridge has the story. Catherine,
well, thank
what
you,
happened
Britt.
here?
This particular email relates to the Benghazi terrorist attacks in 2012. And a senior lieutenant for Secretary Clinton, Patrick Kennedy, had a discussion with the FBI, and he said, look, we need to make this unclassified, and we also want to keep it away from the public. And maybe, if you scratch my back, I will scratch yours.
In what way?
That they would okay overseas postings.
State Department would.
Yes, correct, for FBI agents in places that they are not operating at that time.
So they needed this, the FBI desired to have their agents
Correct.
able to operate in certain places where the State Department basically had forbidden them
That's
to do
correct.
so, correct?
It would be in overseas embassies, yes, correct.
Overseas embassies. So he Patrick Kennedy, suggested this to the FBI. So you change the classification on this document,
That's right.
which would have to be produced if it,
for the public.
For the public. So that it wouldn't appear that she had a classified document on her server, right?
That's right. And it wasn't just on one occasion. Based on these new FBI documents, it happened on 3 separate occasions. When he was turned down, he said, well, who can I take it higher up the chain to discuss? And at the briefing today...
At the FBI.
That's correct. And at the briefing today, we asked the State Department to explain whether this was really in keeping with their high ethical standards. Let's listen. Is that in keeping with the high ethical standards of the State Department?
We, Pat Kennedy, all of us at the State Department are going to make their case as best they can. That's called interagency exchange and the kind of discussions that we carry out all the time.
The FBI agent either got it wrong or is lying in this 302?
As I understand this, Catherine, this was any idea or any really assertion that this was somehow tit for tat or quid pro quo exchange of in that manner really, frankly, is insulting.
So what the State Department said today was that these FBI agents got it wrong and that this was simply their opinion in these interview summaries. But you know, this is not how the system works. And we asked the FBI whether they accepted the State Department's position that their agents got it wrong and were essentially incompetent in understanding what Kennedy was trying to communicate.
And what did the FBI say?
The FBI has not responded. What's interesting to me is the way in which the State Department and the FBI are emphasizing the email's classification was never changed. No additional slots for the FBI were granted by the State Department overseas. So this swap or the quid pro quo never took place.
Right.
But you know that that's not the issue.
We don't have any reason to believe it took place.
That's right. That's correct. But that's not the issue. The issue is he was trying to do a deal. And even an effort to bribe a federal official is a criminal offense. Right. Even the attempt.
Right.
Whether it's successful or not.
I guess we shouldn't hold our breath waiting for this one to be prosecuted, though, should we?
Well, what I have my eye on is that after November, the chairman of the House Government Oversight Committee has said that he's going to hold at least 4 hearings based on these documents, and one of them is on the role of Kennedy and the altering of the classification on these emails. And tonight, Chaffetz and the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Devin Nunes, have written to Secretary Kerry and said they want Kennedy's immediate removal. Now, that's not going to happen, but it can tell you that there's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, we haven't heard the last of this.
That's correct. Yeah,
Catherine,
thank you.
Thanks very much.